Hi, my name is Nicole Paramo, and here is the presentation on Issues in Mathematics, Research to Practice, Education 590. Issues in math. So what is the broad issue? How can we help students with their math anxiety? That is the main focal point for this presentation. There's different types of math anxiety. So there is anxiety towards math tests and math exams, anxiety towards social situations involving math, such as dividing a dinner bill or a lunch bill out with friends, or giving the correct amount of change. So for example, this could be a grocery clerk. Another type of math anxiety is calculation anxiety, or anxiety towards doing a simple math problem. For example, a teacher might ask a student what is 4 times 4, and the student might interpret it as 4 plus 4 and say 8 instead of the right answer being 16. Another type of math anxiety is struggles or prior negative experiences in math. For example, the student might be super shy and might not want to raise their hand to answer the question, or there might be fear of looking dumb in class, or the social pressure, and constantly observing others in class that perform better or have less math difficulty. And also math confidence, going up to explain a math problem. So for example, some teachers may use the method that the child or the student has to go up to the front of the board and work out the math problem. This can cause a lot of anxiety for students. Word problems, guessing, could not read the problem or not be ready to read the problem. So for example, if the younger students who are still learning how to read and they don't know what the problem is asking, the student might end up just guessing on the problem. Impacts of issues in math. So impact number 1 is up to 25% of students have math anxiety or experience math anxiety sometime in their lifetime. Impact number 2, signs of math anxiety: avoiding, acting out, talking negative about math, not responding or interacting, and underachieving in math. So for example, a student might say, I'm not good at math, or I hate math, or my friends are way smarter than me in math. Impact number 3, being too shy or too afraid to ask for help in math. So a child or student might be too shy or too nervous to ask for math during the math period or during the math time, and then time passes and the child ends up not asking the teacher for any help at all. And then impact number 4, causes of math anxiety, which is poor performance leads to higher math anxiety. And this is a cycle of high math anxiety and low math performance. So for example, a student might have a lot of anxiety when the math period, during the math period, and then when it comes to a test, the child will or student will perform pretty low on the exam or test. Plan to reduce math anxiety. So step 1 is to using positive math reinforcements such as hands-on lessons and encourage and questions. So the teacher may have hands-on lessons which can be used as manipulatives if you're in the lower grades, and also encouraging students to really ask questions and reiterate what you were teaching or what is going on during that lesson. Step number 2, utilizing math tutors or math services. For example, students might be behind, therefore the students might need extra services or math tutors before or after school. And then also talk about common math myths. I would say tell the students that there's no such thing as being a math person. And also, all students are good at math. Boys are not good at math. Girls are better at math, I should say. Step number 3, make learning fun. This would be make math personal, pair math with movement. If you can tell that the students are getting answered during the math lesson. You can maybe do a Go Noodle or have the students step outside of the classroom for a minute. And manipulatives are a great way to help students in the younger grades. Reward success. Show students that you care about math. Show students that you're interested in their learning, and you're interested in the students, and you want them to make progress in math. Step number 4, be alert for early signs of math anxiety. Build a growth mindset. Have mantras in the classroom. Tell the students that we're going to learn a new lesson. It'll be fun, and really grow the mindset in the students. And lastly, practice, practice, practice. The students need to either practice their multiplication tables. This is a really key and concrete step for later on when students are older. Criteria for success. How will the effectiveness of this plan be measured? So indicator number 1, when math skills improve, math anxiety lessens. So when the students are ready to learn and they're ready for the math lesson, then their anxiety drops, and this is a good thing. Start off each lesson with building confidence. Like I said, use mantras. I think they're really beneficial in the classroom. Praising hard work. Really praise the students who you know have anxiety in math. Really praise their hard work. Parent involvement at home. Be in communication with the parents is a really good thing to help your students. Indicator number 2, taking control of math anxiety in the classroom. So start off the bat, really talk about how there's really no such thing as being a good math person or being better than math. Indicator number 3, utilize think time for questions and ask students to ask questions. Be open with and honest with your students, saying this math might be a little tough what we're learning, but we will continue to practice and be very open and honest with your students. Create a mnemonic or create little tricks that support memory. PEMDAS is a really great one. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And so just create little mnemonics like that can really help students. And lastly, write out important information before taking the test. So that could be reviewing your multiplication tables before taking a test. Summary. So here, there's different signs of math anxiety, such as avoiding, acting out during class, talking negatively about math, not responding or interacting, and underachieving math. So what we can do as teachers is build a growth mindset with our students and practice with our students. Utilize think time for questions and ask students to ask questions. So really ask the students if they need to review something. If you don't get a response, then maybe as a teacher go ahead and say, you know what, we're going to review this topic today in math. And that is it for right now. Thank you for listening.